Good morning, Entertainment Daily lovers. So let's quickly dive right into this Regina and Ned story. This is a story that will keep giving. Right now, we will talk about Mr. Ned Nwoko's number one ally, friend, bestie, in this case, Dr. Kemi Olunloyo. Now, Kemi, it is very strange that in everything that Regina Daniels have been saying, you've not taken any of those into consideration, but you just continue to insult celebrities, insult anybody that is actually rooting for Regina Daniels and trying to encourage the young lady to be strong. Okay, you keep talking about this thing about substance abuse, withdrawal, and all of that, but you have not done what you're supposed to do. You don't want to address all of the allegation or accusation that Regina Daniels has leveled against him. So because she is his wife, it's okay for him to grape her allegedly. Are you going to address all of those things? Because she's his wife, it is okay for him to beat her up, right? Okay, so let's get right into this long write-up here. Okay, all of this posts, we're going to read them right now, and these are what what is it called? Kemi posted, okay, online. So let's go through this. So I'll read from the top to the very last. So Kemi started by saying, let me see the first, okay, the first one here, she said, Arudi fans, so Regina Daniels fans, most of you are daft morons. You are cheering Regina up to her death, then you will start spamming hashtag RIP Regina. May God forbid where your mind is going. Instead of posting in her comment section to go back to drug rehab, Gina is going through withdrawal, a very dangerous and sad situation, crying and speaking incoherently. She said she's crazy and losing her mind, saying she's trying. Sammy, his wife, NK, Anne, and Sonia, her friend, destroyed her. And she put hashtag Kemi whatever. Let's go to the second part of this. Kemi continued and said, Senator Ned is basically arresting those who fed Regina Daniels drugs that have now destroyed her. He said in his statement that Sammy and Anne were the chief drug suppliers to Regina. Now he went after them. Someone in that drug dealing circle has done a plea deal witness statement that detailed how they messed up Regina's life. That's why she was begging to go back, meaning rehabilitation. Drugs are a demon. Once you have tried it, your life can never be the same. The next part. I obtained a police witness statement from a plea deal involving a drug dealer saying that Regina's agents, Sammy and Anne, obtained the drug, mostly pills, from the supplier and then mixed them with tequila and Fanta and was given to Regina. Destiny, Sammy's wife, Enke, and friend Sonia, who all drank it recreationally. It also had Anne microwaving plates to dissolve ketamine and cocaine mixed and giving it to Regina. This is exactly how Whitney started with Michael, her brother. Kemi Olunloyo continued. The toxicology test of Regina Daniels I saw dated September 29, 2025. It showed 14 drug tested with 6 at health toxic level, namely what her husband posted: cocaine, morphine, opioid, marijuana, etc., etc. Alcohol, ketamine. They sucked Regina's money dry in exchange for drugs and got her addicted and hooked. I support Senator Ned Nwoko's arresting everyone involved like America. She is now having anxiety, depression, and extreme withdrawal and should immediately go back to rehab or could lose her life. Kemi continued. Previously, a bunch of you morons accused me of working for Ned, whatever that meant. Stop accusing people of bribery for stories. I was never a brown envelope journalist in my 31 years career or now. The MSM will never tell you the truth. Regina's life is in danger. She reportedly had an almost near overdose 2 weeks again. In Lagos, I think she wanted to say 2 weeks ago, but she said again. Okay. Lagos. I support Ned Nwoko's arresting those that supply her drugs. And Sammy is one of them and should be charged with endangering her life as well as drug trafficking charges. So this is Kemi talking. She continued. She didn't stop them. Finally, read the story of rapper Mac Miller and actor Matthew Perry, two people I once met and interviewed in my 3-decade career. The drug overdose death was also the beginning of a landmark law in America, where drug dealers will be held responsible for the death of their customers. If we don't get those people off the streets, nothing happens. Rita Daniels knows this. And that was why VDM, that's the very dark black man, called her a bad mother. Because that's another story that is trending that we've not even got into. So then Kemi went ahead and posting both drug suppliers sentenced 11 to 25 years in prison. Like she's showing example of the people in America that supplied some people drugs and the people who passed and then they were sentenced. So she posted that. Now, here it says, finally, Rita Daniels and Sweezy should apologize to Senator Ned Nwoko for defaming him on Tariq's death in 2014. That's my suspicion of why he wants to arrest her. Tariq's death was not a drug overdose or foul play. According to the autopsy, his heart stopped in his sleep and more linked to his football athletic stamina. This tragedy has happened to a lot of players. I covered the story in December 2014 and they put it out there as a drug overdose, mocking the young man's death. Tariq never smoked or drank. She continued, Nigerian celebrities and their fake persona have moved from Ochanya to #free Sammy West. He is a criminal like Michael Houston. I watched Whitney go down and many of us fought for her. Even interviewed Carol Brown, Bobby's mom, who said Whitney was doing drugs before meeting Bobby. I don't want to see Regina die. I don't attend funerals. And she posts Whitney Houston, brother, and the whole story down there. So now, Kemi Olunloyo, let us just assume that what Kemi is saying is the truth, that Regina Daniels is doing this, Regina Daniels is doing that. But let's backtrack a little bit. I don't like if we're going to talk about a tree, are we not going to start from the roots? Are we starting from the leaves of the tree to analyze the tree? I'm pissed off. But I'm just going to try to put myself together while we talk about this. Regina Daniel is what, 24, from what we're hearing right now? How old was she? Allegedly, she was 17 when he got married to her. Mr. Ned Nwoko that was 60. Mr. Ancestor, Mr. Grandpa. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Let's backtrack a little bit. Regina Daniels is a child that we saw in Nollywood, okay? Growing up in Nollywood, we all watch her there. Yes, she has made her mistakes. She's very disrespectful and all of that. We can talk about that when this is sorted out. Not now, okay? Let's face what is more important. Now, back to Mr. Ned. Let's backtrack a little bit. Let's go back to 2 years or 3 years before Regina Daniels ever met Mr. Ned Nwoko. Let us go and check from there. People that knew her, people that connected to her and everything. Was she doing these things? Was she doing drugs? Was she addicted to anything? So what changed? Because I don't think so. We can ask the people that worked with her in Nollywood, people that were close to her, if they will say the truth. Let's see if this is her pattern, if this is her lifestyle, so we know that we cannot hold Ned responsible. But if Regina Daniel started doing all these things when she's already Mr. Ned's wife, then he is also supposed to, be held accountable for this, okay? All of the penetration, allegedly, that she's talking about, okay, being raped and this, being beaten and all of that, and all those difficult, weird 50 shades of gray type of sex bedroom, bedmatics, what do we call it, that he's doing with her, a young girl that was married at 17. What experience does she have? How many styles has she hanged herself to know all the experience of different bedmatics and all of that? She's learning with this one, but this one is taking her like she's already an OG in the game. So of course, maybe she needed something to numb her pain, the pain and all of that is going on. Okay, when you hear people that, even the people that do it as professional job, they will tell you, some of them, they go to the hospital after they finish to get themselves even the porn stars. So let's not cover Ned in this. Something made Regina to start numbing the pain that she's going through.